Welcome to my channel. Let me ask you one honest question. When you speak English in public, does your heart start beating fast? Do your hands shake? Does your mouth become dry? And suddenly, the words you practiced at home disappear from your mind? You are not alone. Millions of English learners feel the same fear every single day. You may know the words. You may understand English well. But the moment people look at you, fear takes control. Your confidence drops. Your voice becomes weak. And you start thinking, what if I make a mistake? What if they laugh? What if I look foolish? Now listen to me very carefully. This fear does not mean you are bad at English. This fear does not mean you are weak. This fear does not mean you will never speak confidently. It only means one thing. Your brain is scared of judgment. Your brain is trying to protect you. And the most important thing you must understand today is this: confidence is not something you are born with. Confident English speakers were not confident from the beginning. They were once beginners. They were once afraid. They once made mistakes in front of people. Here is the truth no one tells you. Confidence does not come first. Speaking comes first. Confidence is built slowly, step by step, sentence by sentence. You do not wake up one day and suddenly feel confident. Confidence grows when you face fear again and again, in small and safe ways. Even if you are a complete beginner. Even if your grammar is not perfect. Even if your pronunciation is not clear yet. In this video, I will not motivate you with empty words. I will not tell you to just be confident. I will show you how confidence is built in real life, in a simple and practical way, especially for beginners. You will understand why fear controls you, how to calm your mind, how to speak without panic, and how to build confidence that does not break when people are watching you. If you stay with me till the end, you will not only learn English speaking tips. You will change the way you think about yourself. You will stop blaming yourself. You will stop feeling ashamed. And you will realize that confident English speaking is not a dream. It is a skill. And like every skill, it can be learned. So take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. And stay with me. Because today, you take the first real step toward unshakable confidence when speaking English in public. Chapter 1. Why fear controls you when you speak English. Let me describe a very common situation. You are standing in front of people. Maybe in a classroom. Maybe in a meeting. Maybe in front of strangers. You know simple English. You practiced at home. You understand the question. But suddenly, your body freezes. Your heart beats fast. Your hands feel cold. Your mouth becomes dry. Your mind goes blank. The English you know disappears. And in that moment, you feel ashamed. You start thinking, why am I like this? Why can't I speak? Everyone else can do it, but not me. I want you to pause here and listen very carefully. This feeling does not mean you are bad at English. This feeling does not mean you are stupid. This feeling does not mean you will never speak confidently. This feeling is called fear. And fear is not your enemy. Fear is your brain trying to protect you. Most beginners believe that fear comes from English. They think English is the problem. Grammar is the problem. Vocabulary is the problem. Accent is the problem. But that is not the truth. The real fear comes from something deeper. It comes from the fear of judgment. The fear of making mistakes. The fear of people laughing. The fear of looking foolish. The fear of being remembered for the wrong reason. Many times, it also comes from past experiences. Maybe someone laughed at you before. Maybe a teacher corrected you harshly. Maybe someone said, "Your English is bad." Your brain remembers these moments. And when you try to speak again, your brain says, "Danger. Stop." Here is something very important you must understand. Your brain does not know the difference between physical danger and social danger. Long ago, danger meant wild animals, fire, or enemies. Today, danger means embarrassment, shame, and rejection. When you speak English in public, your brain feels exposed. It feels unsafe. So it activates fear. It sends signals to your body to protect you. That is why your heart beats faster. That is why your breathing changes. That is why your mind goes blank. Your brain is choosing silence because silence feels safe. This is the emotional truth many learners never hear. You are not weak. Your brain is doing its job. It is trying to keep you safe. When you understand this, something powerful happens. Shame starts to disappear. You stop blaming yourself. You stop saying, "I am bad at English." Instead, you start saying, "My brain is scared, and I can train it." Now let me break another big myth. Many beginners believe that confident speakers never feel fear. They think fluent speakers are fearless. This is not true. Even confident English speakers feel nervous sometimes. Even native speakers feel nervous before speaking in public. The difference is not fear. The difference is experience. Confident speakers have faced fear many times before. Their brain has learned that speaking is not dangerous. Your brain has not learned this yet. And that is okay. Think of fear like a new path in the forest. When you never walk on it, it feels scary. But the more you walk on it, the clearer it becomes. Speaking English is the same. If you avoid speaking, fear becomes stronger. If you speak a little, fear becomes weaker. This is why confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes after speaking. This is one of the most important ideas you will ever learn. Many learners wait for confidence. They say, "When I feel confident, I will speak." But confidence does not work like that. Confidence is not a feeling that appears magically. Confidence is a result. It is the result of repeated action. Small action. Simple action. Imperfect action. Every time you speak, even with fear, your brain learns something new. It learns, "I spoke, and nothing bad happened." That is how confidence is born. Silence feels safe, but silence also keeps fear alive. Speaking feels scary, but speaking teaches the brain courage. This is why avoiding English speaking makes fear stronger. And facing English speaking, even slowly, makes fear weaker. You do not need to speak perfectly. You only need to speak honestly. If fear can be learned through bad experiences, then confidence can also be learned through good experiences. This is not motivation. This is science. This is how the brain works. And in the next chapter, I will show you where confidence really begins. Not on a big stage. Not in front of many people. But in small, safe moments that slowly change your mind and your identity. So remember this. You are not broken. You are not late. You are not incapable. You are simply untrained. And training always starts with understanding. Chapter 2. Building confidence from small, safe steps. Now that you understand why fear controls you, let me tell you something very important. Confidence does not start on a stage. Confidence does not start in front of many people. Confidence starts in small, quiet moments, when no one is watching you. Most beginners think they must speak perfectly in public to become confident. This belief is dangerous. It creates pressure. And pressure kills confidence. Let me explain this in very simple words. When you try to speak perfect English, your brain becomes tense. You start thinking about grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and accent at the same time. Your mind becomes overloaded. Fear increases. Your voice shakes. And when you make one small mistake, your confidence collapses. This is why perfection is the enemy of confidence. Perfect English is not required to speak. Clear and simple English is enough. One small sentence spoken bravely is more powerful than 10 perfect sentences that stay silent in your head. Silence feels safe, but silence does not build confidence. Action builds confidence. Even small action. Even weak action. Even imperfect action. Confidence grows from small, safe steps. This means you must practice speaking in places where fear is low. When fear is low, learning is high. This is how the brain works. The first and safest place to start is alone. Speak English out loud when you are alone. Not in your head. Out loud. Your brain needs to hear your voice speaking English. Even if it feels strange. Even if it feels uncomfortable. This is the first step. The mirror is another powerful tool. When you speak in front of a mirror, you see your face. You see your expressions. You learn to stay calm while speaking. At first, you may feel awkward. That is normal. But over time, your brain learns that speaking English is not dangerous. The mirror becomes your first audience. A safe audience. Recording your voice is also very important. Many learners avoid this because they do not like their voice. But avoiding your voice keeps fear alive. When you record and listen, you become familiar with your own sound. Familiarity reduces fear. You will notice something interesting. Your English is not as bad as you think. Your brain exaggerates mistakes when fear is high. Now let me talk about daily English. You do not need big conversations. Use English in small daily moments. Speak to yourself while doing simple tasks. Describe what you are doing. I am making tea. I am opening the door. I am tired today. These sentences are simple, but they are powerful. They train your brain to think and speak in English naturally, without pressure. Here is a very important concept. I want you to remember this word, proof. Your brain needs proof to change its beliefs. Right now, your brain believes that speaking English is dangerous. To change this belief, you must give it new proof. Every small success becomes proof. When you speak one sentence and nothing bad happens, that is proof. When you make a mistake and people still understand you, that is proof. When you finish a sentence without panic, that is proof. These small proofs slowly reprogram your brain. Your brain starts saying, maybe speaking is not dangerous. This is how confidence grows. Not suddenly. Slowly. Quietly. Naturally. Now let me change the way you see mistakes. Most beginners see mistakes as failure. This is wrong. Mistakes are not enemies. Mistakes are teachers. Every mistake shows you what to improve. Children learn language by making thousands of mistakes. They are not ashamed. That is why they become fluent. Adults fear mistakes. That is why they stay silent. Confidence does not mean speaking without mistakes. Confidence means speaking even when mistakes appear. When you accept mistakes, fear loses its power. And when fear loses power, confidence rises. Here is another myth I want to break. Confidence is not loudness. Confidence is not speed. Confidence is not accent. Many beginners think confident speakers speak fast and loudly. That is not true. True confidence is calmness. It is the ability to pause. It is the ability to breathe. It is the ability to continue even when a word is missing. You do not need a native accent to be confident. You need clarity and calm. Speak slowly. Take pauses. Simple English spoken calmly sounds confident. Fast English spoken nervously does not. Every day, take small steps. Speak a little. Practice alone. Use the mirror. Record your voice. Use English in daily life. Give your brain proof. And slowly, you will notice something beautiful. Fear will still appear, but it will be weaker. Your voice will be steadier. Your mind will be clearer. And once you build confidence in safe places, the next step is learning how to stay calm and confident in front of people. That is exactly what the next chapter will teach you. Chapter 3: How to stay calm and clear when speaking in public. Now you have practiced alone. You have spoken in safe places. You have given your brain proof that speaking English is possible. But public speaking feels different. When people are in front of you, fear becomes louder. Your heart beats faster. Your breath becomes short. Your mind starts rushing. This is normal. This does not mean you are not ready. It only means you are human. The first thing you must learn is how to calm your body. Fear lives in the body before it lives in the mind. If your body is calm, your mind will follow. The simplest and most powerful tool is breathing. Before you speak, take one slow breath. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Do not rush. One calm breath sends a message to your brain: I am safe. You do not need special techniques. You only need awareness. The second tool is pausing. Many beginners believe they must speak fast to sound confident. This is wrong. Speaking fast increases fear. Speaking slowly reduces fear. Pausing is not a mistake. Pausing is power. When you pause, you give your brain time. You give your listener time. Silence is not failure. Silence is control. Now let me tell you something very important. People are not listening to your grammar. They are listening to your message. Most people are not judging every mistake. They are thinking about meaning. They want to understand you. They are not waiting to laugh. This is one of the biggest lies fear tells you. Fear says, everyone is watching your mistakes. Reality says, people are listening to your idea. This is an emotional moment you must remember. You do not need perfect English to be understood. You need simple English spoken clearly. One clear sentence is enough. 2 clear sentences are enough. You do not need to impress. You only need to express. Now let us talk about preparation. Preparation does not mean memorizing long speeches. Memorization increases fear. Preparation means knowing your simple points. Before speaking, decide what you want to say in 3 simple ideas. Not more. 3 is enough. When you know your points, your mind feels safer. If you forget words, you can return to your point. Starting is always the hardest part. Your fear is strongest before the first sentence. Once you start speaking, fear slowly reduces. That is why your goal is not to speak perfectly. Your goal is to start. Even if your voice shakes. Even if your first sentence is weak. Start anyway. Action breaks fear. If your mind goes blank, stop. Take a breath. Look at your listener. Continue. This pause is not failure. This pause is recovery. Every speaker pauses. Even confident speakers pause. Do not punish yourself for being human. Now let us talk about body language in a very simple way. You do not need dramatic movements. Stand still. Keep your feet on the ground. Relax your shoulders. This sends a signal to your brain that you are stable. When your body feels stable, your voice becomes stable. Eye contact is also important. You do not need to stare. Simply look at one person for 1 sentence. Then move to another. This makes speaking feel like a conversation, not a performance. When it feels like a conversation, fear reduces. Your hands do not need to hide. Let them rest naturally. Do not fight your body. The more you fight fear, the stronger it becomes. Accept it. Let it be there. Here is a powerful truth. Confidence is not the absence of fear. Confidence is speaking with fear. Every confident speaker you admire has spoken while feeling nervous. They did not wait for fear to disappear. They spoke anyway. And every time they did, fear became smaller. Do not aim to eliminate fear. Aim to manage it. Fear may walk with you, but it does not have to control you. You are in charge. Public speaking is not a performance. It is communication. You are not there to prove your English. You are there to share meaning. When you shift your focus from yourself to your message, fear loses power. And here is the final shift. Every time you speak in public, even badly, you are training confidence. Every attempt makes the next one easier. This is how confidence becomes strong. Chapter 4. Making your confidence unbreakable for life. You have learned why fear controls you. You have learned how confidence begins in small, safe steps. You have learned how to stay calm and clear when speaking in public. Now comes the most important part. This chapter is not about one speech. It is not about one day. It is about building confidence that stays with you for life. Let me tell you a hard truth in a gentle way. Motivation is not enough. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel excited. Some days you feel tired. If confidence depended on motivation, it would break very easily. Unshakable confidence is built on consistency. Small actions done every day, even when you do not feel ready. Confidence grows the same way muscles grow. Not in one workout, but in repeated training. You do not need to speak English for hours. You need to speak every day, even for a few minutes. Daily speaking time is not about quantity. It is about connection. It keeps your brain familiar with English. Familiarity removes fear. At the beginning, your identity may sound like this: I can't speak English. Then it slowly changes to, I am trying to speak English. And one day, without you noticing, it becomes, I am learning English. This change is powerful. Confidence is not only in your voice. It is in how you see yourself. Every time you speak, you are voting for a new identity. Even when you fail. Even when you make mistakes. Identity is built through action, not words. Now let me talk about mistakes again, because this is where many learners break. When something goes wrong, they say, I knew it. I can't do this. This is the moment where confidence is either destroyed or strengthened. Confidence does not grow after success. Confidence grows after failure, when you do not quit. Failure is not the end. Failure is training. Every mistake teaches your brain that you survived. That is why people who fail more often become stronger. They stop fearing mistakes. They stop fearing people. They stop fearing English. Forgiving yourself is not weakness. It is wisdom. Speak badly today, forgive yourself, and speak again tomorrow. That is how confidence becomes unbreakable. Now let us talk about progress. Many beginners measure progress the wrong way. They ask, am I fluent? This question kills confidence. Fluency is a long journey. Instead, ask better questions. Did I speak today? Did I try? Did I say one sentence more than yesterday? Progress is measured in effort, not perfection. Comparison is another confidence killer. When you compare yourself to fluent speakers, you feel small. This is unfair. You are comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. Stop doing this. Compare yourself only to yesterday's self. That is the only fair comparison. Yesterday you stayed silent. Today you spoke one sentence. That is progress. Yesterday you were afraid. Today you tried anyway. That is growth. Here is something very powerful I want you to remember. Confidence is not a gift. Some people are not lucky. They are trained. They practiced when it was uncomfortable. They spoke when it was scary. They continued when it was hard. Confidence is a decision you make every day. The decision to speak. The decision to try. The decision to continue. There will be days when fear returns. That does not mean you are failing. It means you are growing. Every new level brings new fear. But now you know how to handle it. If today you speak even one sentence in English, you are already winning. If today you try again, you are already ahead. Confidence is built by those who refuse to quit. And remember this. You are not late. You are not broken. You are becoming. If this video helped you understand your fear, if it helped you believe that confidence is possible for beginners. Subscribe to this channel, because here we learn English in a simple, fearless, and real way. Like this video if you believe confidence is built, not born. And comment below, tell me one small English sentence you will speak today. If this video helped you understand why you fear speaking English. If it helped you realize that you are not weak, broken, or bad at English. If it gave you hope that confidence is possible, even for absolute beginners. Then subscribe to this channel, because here we learn English in a simple, fearless, and real way. Here, you are never judged. Here, mistakes are welcome. Here, progress matters more than perfection. Like this video if you believe confidence is built through action, not talent. Like it if you believe that every learner deserves a chance to speak without fear. Your one like helps this message reach other learners who are struggling silently, just like you once did. And now, I want you to take a small step. Comment below and write one simple English sentence you will speak today. It does not need to be perfect. It only needs to be honest. When you write it, you make a promise to yourself. Remember, confidence is not created tomorrow. It is created today, in this moment. Speak a little. Try again. And I will see you in the next video.